this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Aries, in today's reading, I'm going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards. I'm going to do your reading and then clarify it. So these two, and then so let's get started, Aries. Take what resonates with you, Aries, and leave the rest. This is going to be for Aries spirit. Deep breath, Aries. See what's going on. Oh, okay. One more card. Nice. All right. So you have navigating by the stars. Follow your bliss. Wow, this is nice. Follow your intuition, you guys. Follow it. Make whatever makes you happy. Follow it. This is nice. Love it. Love this card. Love it. Then you have cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life forces. So really clear your energy, okay? Make sure your energy is high. Listen to some good music. Get grounded, rest, breathe, whatever it is, just really take care of yourself, okay? Really relax because things are still continuing to shift for all of us. So be ready. Let's see this. I'm gonna put it right there. All right, so Aries, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. All right. One card for the current. One for the situation. One for the past. One for what's hidden. One, oh, okay. One for the hopes and fears. One for what you need to do now. What you need to work on. And the outcome. Wow. That is big, big, big here. All right, so Aries. So you do have the Page of Cups here. You start off with the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is telling you that there's news and messages coming through. I feel like you need to really trust your intuition. I feel like there could also be you could be feeling creative. There could be some kind of creative ideas coming through also. I also feel like you're getting messages through your dreams also, so pay attention to that. You have the Four of Swords here for the situation. The Four of Swords is asking you to really rest, really take it easy so that you can renew yourself, so you can see things clearly, okay? They want you to go into some kind of meditation. The Eight of Pentacles here for the past. You've been working very hard. You're very diligent with everything that you do. You continue to work very hard. I feel like you could be developing a new skill for your work or for your job. I feel like you could have gotten a promotion or higher pay. You're just being recognized for all the hard work that you're doing. I feel like you are going to reach that material success if you continue what you're doing. You have the Temperance card, and what's hidden. The Temperance card is saying that for you to have confidence, I mean, not confidence, have balance, like really balance yourself. There is harmony here. I feel like you are definitely on the right path. I feel like you are finding your destiny, your meaning, like, why you were put here. Excuse me. Wow, you're finding meaning in life, so that's very nice. I like that. And then you have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is about there could be some kind of really good connection you have with a significant other. I feel like also too, you got to trust your higher self. There's a good union. There could also be an offer here, like an offer, proposal, or something like that here. Could be also a decision that you're trying to make. You have the Four of Pentacles up here, and the Four of Pentacles says that you need to start saving money. I feel like you need to really have control of your finances. Really take control of how you're spending your finances. Then you have the Sun card here for what you need to work on. And you need to think positive and everything. The Sun card is like the best card in the tarot deck. And I feel like, and if it's in the, you need to work, then you need to start thinking positive that everything's going to come through the way you want it. And then you have the Tower card for the outcome. The Tower is saying that there is definitely sudden changes coming through, things that you didn't, things that, you know, are no longer for you. Just sudden changes, like, you know, things that you didn't expect are coming in. I also feel like you're going to be seeing some kind of truth, like revelations, like, oh, okay, now I understand that this is happening the way it's happening. So, very interesting. Very nice. All right. So, Aries, take what resonates with you, Aries, and leave the rest. This is going to be for Aries. Spirit for their highest good. This is for their highest good for Aries. Clarify the Page of Cups. Why is the Page of Cups here for Aries for their highest good? Wow. All right. So, I do feel like you are definitely going through a big transformation. You've changed a lot. I feel like with the Page of Cups, you know, there are a lot of messages in your dreams, and you really need to pay attention to that. Okay, any number signs that you're seeing, like the 888, 818, stuff like that, really look it up, because Google, the guides are trying to tell you something, and there's messages coming through. I also feel like you're going to be very creative, like you're having a lot of creative ideas. You have the Judgment card, and you're seeing things very different now. Um, you could be going through an awakening or rebirth or just a transformation, like I said, you know, but you have awakened. You're seeing things a lot differently, a lot clearer now, which is very nice. With the Star card, I feel like you're also going through a healing. You know, things are coming to the surface. You know, you could be feeling like emotional, or you could just be thinking a lot about a lot of things that have happened, and, you know, making you very emotional. But I feel like it's a healing that you need to go through. And I feel like, you know, now you're going through it, and now it's getting better. Things are going to start getting better. You're going to start feeling a lot better. You're going to start feeling renewed. You're going to be feeling like, oh, wow, I see things a lot clearer now. I don't need to be where I was before. And you know, the doors are opening. So this is nice. I also feel like there is some kind of blessing here for you. I feel like for you not to give up. I feel like you need to have your hope and your faith, and just keep going. Okay, don't lose that. You have the Four of Swords, and why is the Four of Swords here for Aries? Wow, that's crazy. All right, so you do have the Four of Swords, and then you have the Queen of Cups, and you have the Tower card. So things have to change as far as the way you do things. Okay, the Tower card is here to change things. You know, because if you're not changing them yourself, the universe is going to change them. You know, whatever. It's things that are not supposed to be there for you. You know, like things that are supposed to, you're supposed to change them, but you didn't. They're going to change. Okay, and that's why you have the Tower card here. The Tower card is going to change. There's going to be some changes. Just expect it, you know. But I feel like you're moving towards better. I feel like the changes that are coming in is because you have to change them. You're going to see a lot of change within you and around you, you know, that you've done it. You're changing. Because you're changing, you don't want the same thing over and over. You have the Queen of Cups here, and the Queen of Cups is asking you to really have compassion, really have forgiveness in your heart. You know, just really just take care of yourself, your emotional state. You know, you need to really take it easy. Let things just come in. You know, don't fight it. Just let it come in. Let them change the way they have to. You have the Four of Swords here, and they're asking you to really rest. It's time, okay? You need this. Because you're going through a lot. You're going through a healing, you're going through this awakening, you're going through this transformation. There's a lot here. But, you know, you need to start taking care of yourself. And I know that, you know, all of us work, you know, Monday, all the week, right? We all work different hours, different times, but you still need to make time for yourself to rest. You need to, because it's very difficult. They're asking you to rest, okay? Take care of yourself, nurture yourself, and trust your intuition. You're very intuitive, but you just don't use your intuition. I don't know why. You know, you feel things, you see things, you see the numbers, you have these dreams, but yet you still don't want to like open it, you know? And they're asking you to really trust your intuition, because there is going to be a lot of change coming in. You have the 8 of Pentacles here. The 8 of Pentacles says that you've been working very hard. You could be you could be learning a new skill for work, or there could be new things coming in into work. Things are switching around at work. I also feel like you could that you're going to be reaping your rewards, the material success that you're looking for. You know, you're a very hard worker. People see that and recognize that, so it's good. Very nice. Um, let's see, and then you have for the Temperance card. Why is the Temperance card here, and what's hidden? Wow. Okay. So you not only have the Queen of Wands, you have the King of Wands here. Okay. So that is a very big thing. Okay. With them, just them two alone is like a couple that's just so dynamic, you know, like, wow, you know, these two are coming in, you know, and this is you. They're saying, you know, you're a leader, Aries. This is you. You know, keep everything balanced. You know, you are on the right path. And I feel like you are definitely going to find out why. You're going to find a lot of meaning here in your life. Um, I feel like you're very sensible. You know how to do things also, Aries. But with the Queen of Wands, she wants you to have determination, you know, confidence that there is a lot of growth coming in for you. The sun is shining on you, because, you know, when she arrives, she's very strong-willed. She doesn't back down and let somebody else, you know, rule over her. She is the leader. She takes control of everything. She finds her strength. She has these sunflowers all around her, because she knows that the sunflowers, their growth, they will continue to grow. They will continue to grow as long as the sun is shining on her. So they want you to think positive in everything, okay? With the King of Wands here, the King of Wands is saying, you know, he is you also. He takes care of all any situations that are dangling in front of him. He doesn't let things just stay there and just sweep them under the rug. He takes care of them. He deals with what he has to deal, and that's you. They're asking you to deal with the situations that are around you, deal what you need to do to close them off so that you can move forward, because you are definitely an entrepreneur. You know how to make money, you know how to create money, you know how to work with money, you know how to do what you need to do with the money, you know, but you need to start doing it. Like, what are your dreams? What are your inspirations? What is it that you want to create? Because the time is now to do it, Aries. You know, we're in the Aries season right now, when it's all everything shifting around. You know, the light is shining on you, and they're asking you, hey, put your goals out there, start planning what you want to do, like write them down, look for people, look for opportunities, because it's going to be very successful. But you need to try to balance everything, and that means taking care of the problems at home, taking care of what you need to at work, taking care of your you know, any paperwork that you need done, going to the doctor. You need to start doing all that, okay? Because it's vital that you do. You have the Two of Cups down here, and why is the Two of Cups here? For what? The hopes and fears. Wow. All righty. Okay. So you do have the Two of Cups, and I feel like with the Two of Cups, there could have been some kind of offer. I feel like there could also be some kind of good connection that you have with someone. I also feel that there's a mutual attraction here. I feel like with the Ace of Cups that there could be somebody coming into your life, somebody new coming. It doesn't have to be a love interest. It could just be somebody coming into your life. It could be a friend, anything. But somebody definitely new is coming in. You also have the Ace of Cups here. So the Ace of Cups is saying that there is a new beginning here. trying to come in for you. So it's very nice. Your cup is going to be overflowed. There's going to be a lot of opportunities. You're going to have a lot of ideas and creative ideas coming through. So it's nice, very nice. With the Seven of Swords, I feel with the Seven of Swords that, there's a lot of things going on, but I feel like, you're keeping quiet. Maybe you're keeping secrets or something like that. It could be something that you don't want other people to know just yet. Okay, so that's what I feel with the Seven of Swords. But I also feel with the Seven of Swords that you really got to take care of yourself and be careful, because the Seven of Swords is a card of betrayal. It's a card of getting away with something. So really be careful. I don't know who that could be for or who it is for, but that's something there. So be careful who you tell your business to. Be careful who you tell your, because people are shady. They could be like in front of your face. They could be happy for you and then turn around and be like, oh man, I'm going to stop that. Oh, you think you're going to get that? That kind of thing. So just be careful with that. Um, and I also feel for, and this is a message for somebody. And I also feel like if you're in a relationship and you are with a third party, and you're trying to cheat with somebody new, or I feel like you're gonna get caught, and that's what they're saying. So be careful. Okay, that was a message for somebody. And then you have the Four of Pentacles. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? For Aries. Oh my card. Wow. Wow. Okay. Huh. Okay. So you do have the Four of Pentacles here. They're asking you to really to let go of the past, let go of everything that's been said and done. Let it go. Okay. You're holding on to it still, and you need to let that go. I feel like you also need to start saving money when you can. I'm not saying don't pay your bills or anything, but really start saving money. Okay, because you need to. You're gonna need it. I feel like you need to find your patience, and I also feel like there is traveling here. With the Hierophant, I feel like you're definitely looking for answers, and you're asking why. But I feel like you're going to find your answers, that you are going to see a lot of answers that you were looking for, because it's like a knowing, like a revelation is here. Like that's going to come in for you very soon. I feel like, you've been looking at your traditional values, even your religion values also, been closer to God, or whoever you pray to. I also feel like you are definitely going to find your answers. But I feel like with the Five of Swords here, I feel like for some reason you still have a lot of anger. And they're asking you, release it, let it go, give it to God, give it to whoever you pray to, but let go of that past, let go of that anger, because it's no sense on you to hold on to it. You just need to let it go for whatever it is, for whatever reason it is that you get angry, that you get frustrated, that that you have a lot of anxiety, that you just anger. There's just a lot of anger here, and you need to really let that go. You have the Sun card here, and why is the Sun card in what you need to work on for Aries? Wow. Okay. So really think positive and everything. You do have the Sun card here, and that is like the best card, right? But when it shows up in what you need to work on, that means you're not thinking positive. You're not thinking, that things are going to work out. You're not keeping your faith. You're not keeping that hope when you need to, okay? So really try your best to shift your mindset. You have the Ten of Swords, and you're very tired. You're very overwhelmed. You're very tired. You're very overwhelmed with a lot of things, everything that's been going on. And you really need to start taking it easy. It's called nurturing. It's called taking care of yourself. It's called really setting boundaries. Okay, so really do that, because it's here. It's time. But when the Ten of Swords shows up, yes, you're going through that, but definitely you're going through the next stage, which is a new beginning. So be ready. But definitely work on that. You also have the Two of Pentacles, and with the Two of Pentacles, they're saying, you try to do everything for everybody. You try to, give them what they need, buy them stuff, clean your house, work, your significant other, whatever it is, you do everything. You do everything. And it's time to really try to keep everything balanced, okay? Just your priorities, okay? But you need to set boundaries. It's a given. You need to set boundaries. This guy, he's on this he's in the water, right? And he's trying to balance those two coins, but around him he can't because there's the tides are around him pushing him back and forth, back and forth. And that's you. Along with this right here, is showing me that you're very tired. You can only do so much. Okay, we're human. We got to let it down sometime. Okay, so really, really know that. And I also feel like think positive, shift your mindset, Aries. And then you have the Tower card. And why is a Tower card here for Aries? Wow, nice. One more card. All right, so you do have the Four of Pentacles again. The Tower is here to change a lot of things. If you haven't felt it, it's going to change things. But I do feel like you are definitely trusting your intuition and you are going to let go of a lot of things. I feel like you still need to save that money though, okay? And I also feel like there is traveling here. I feel like there is some kind of abundance trying to come in for you also. But let go of that past and just keep everything the way it's supposed to be balanced, okay? And let go of that, let go of also being, I don't know who this is for, but being stingy. Like, you know, it's okay to buy things for people. It's okay, but you know, it's not going to break you if you celebrate and spend a little bit, okay? And that was for somebody, okay? Because I feel like they're holding on to that money tightly, tight. You know, it's okay to spend money on somebody, or it's okay to do that. I mean, I know I say to save your money, but you know, I'm sure you can just, you know, spend a little bit. All right, that was for somebody. All right, so Aries, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. God bless.